Hey everybody, welcome to Steele Wars. I am Steele Saunders and I do love Star Wars. And we are here to chat Skeleton Crew. I'm on a travel setup. I'm in Australia. And whenever I travel internationally, that always means that there's going to be a Star Wars show on for some reason. Mm-hmm. And I have to drag my good buddy and yours all around the date and time sphere. Welcome back from the Blue Harvest podcast. It's Hawes Burkhardt.
Hey, buddy.
Did you like the new posh way I said your name?
You did. You put a little extra fancy on it.
Yeah. Hey to everyone that was waiting along with Hawes for me to get going. When you you've set a time, mm-hmm. and it was doing my head in because Hawes is in the middle, you're like east and west of the American time. They're easy to understand. 3 hours apart, coast to coast. Mm-hmm. When you're there, it's a lot easier. But then when you're in Australia, and then you're in this minus an hour, it's just like. Pick a side, Hawes. Pick a side. Pick a time zone.
When we were talking you called me to sort of organize things, and you even nailed it. You said you're on Chicago time zone, aren't you? And I was like, yes, that's right.
It's very complicated.
It is.
Skeleton Crew, Hawes. What'd you think?
I liked it, man. I had a really good time. It took me a second to settle in. But once I did, it really sort of locked me in for the rest of the first and second episode.
Now, I don't mean to psychoanalyze, but did the high-pitched start of your sentence, was that I thought I was going to like it more?
No.
You started very high-pitched.
No, not at all. That was more of I'm still trying to figure out what you thought of it. That could be a loaded question when turned around on you, buddy. I don't know how to approach it. I liked it.
What did I think of it?
I have no clue. I didn't even text you about it.
What did I think of it? I tell you one thing. Mm-hmm. I wished I had not seen as many clips.
Okay, so you felt like you saw a lot of the first two episodes in clips and stuff.
Yeah, I found it quite enjoyable to be, overall. Yeah. Just to get that out of the way. But the first two episodes, we sort of knew everything.
Yeah, they were setting up the plot that we knew going in. 100% basically, right?
Yeah, 4 kids live on some suburban Star Wars planet. Mm-hmm. They find a ship, go away, and then encounter Jude Law.
Yeah.
So it was sort of quite endearing to watch their little lives and all that sort of stuff. But it was also get to the bit I don't know.
Yeah. But I will say, because as the promotion of that show started going on is when you started to hear about they can't get back to their planet because nobody knows where their planet is, right? They're from a mm-hmm. planet that people don't know about. They got into a lot of the plot stuff regarding that pretty quickly, I thought.
Yeah.
I have a better understanding of that.
Can I just on that premise, mm-hmm. As a kid, I think I would love that.
Right, yeah. Isn't that neat?
Because it's maybe that's what Earth. Maybe all this sweet stuff's going on all around.
Right.
And we're just stuck in this boring ass
lame
Milky
one.
Way.
Yeah.
Milky Way, nothing happening.
So I have to jump ahead a little bit and talk about what was one of my favorite parts. Mm-hmm. Did you see the 8D8 droid that was giving the dude the tattoo, and then the 8D8 droid had a bunch of tattoos? I love that.
Well, do you know what's so funny? There's a like a tattooist that works in our shop in Australia. So like he works a couple of days, and the rest of the days in his studio. I'm always asking questions like that, like, "Oh, have you ever like sneezed or
Yeah,
like?"
yeah,
And just like when you first start on someone, are you really nervous? And they're always just like, "No,
yeah.
no, Steele, no." Like it's just normal. I'm just tapping away on the keyboard essentially. So
Right.
that little spot, I like that little hit, little
Oh,
hit.
loved it. That like they had several of those little moments throughout both episodes where I was like, this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I was kind of charmed by it all is the only way. And there was a moment where it could have gone downhill. And it's when the robot showed up for the first time and started talking. I was like, "Oh, is he going to be super piratey on the nose?" And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be initially.
Oh, I thought you meant when she actually rolled down the hill, literally.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. No, not that part.
I did. I was always puzzled at how the dad saw the ship take off in the
Yeah.
trailer, and so I was happy that was explained.
Yeah, and actually a pretty neat sequence because like when you watch it, it seems like the ship sort of crashed upside down because it comes up and like totally turns and stuff.
Oh, the bit where it lit all the forest on fire
Yeah,
was pretty damn sick.
yeah.
I can tell you this, but I think like at the end of the second episode, Jude Law aptly says, "Can you keep a secret?"
Uh huh.
And I don't know if those kids can, but I can keep a secret really good, Hawes.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember this photo?
I do.
What was that? For the podcast listener, what photo am I showing?
You were showing a picture, by the way, that when I found out that you were in Obi-Wan, I immediately asked you about this picture. You remember this? It's a picture that Steele posted on Twitter, like, I don't know, what was it, like a year plus before the episode of Obi-Wan aired that you were in? And it was like, oh, I had such a great day at work, and he's cheesing and doing the peace sign, right? It's a great picture otherwise. And I remember seeing it and going like, I wonder what that's all about. I'm not going to ask him because he wouldn't tell me. Anyway, so he's done it again. So hold up.
Part two.
Who were you in this one then, my dude?
Well, so here's the thing. I am pretty good at keeping a secret, and I did do a day of special effects standing in.
Oh,
So whereas the last one, I was on the big set of Kenobi, and it was all built and it was all practical
uh-huh.
out in a secret pit. This one, it was just blue screen.
Were you in the volume?
No, I was
No.
like on a full on
You're getting
90 like Return of the Jedi blue screen deal.
well, so was any of that in this episode?
Two things.
Two things. All right, you got to let me. But is now, does that mean there's more down the road?
I'm not sure.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Fair enough.
I don't
Okay,
think
so
so. I don't think so.
well, so go ahead and what I am dying to know what it is now.
Now it's not me. I stood there while they lit it, and
Uh-huh.
then once it was all lit, then I would bail. So little Neil.
Yes.
Well, he's always been like a son to me
Okay.
because I was Neil's dad.
You were Neil's dad.
In the scene where he goes in and hugs his family?
That was you? You stood in for that?
Yeah, that was me, not me.
Nice. Are you in the credits?
No, I don't think
Really?
so. I don't think so. I don't think a stand-in extras don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that okay. Yeah.
But I was a stand-in. But and we were just in an empty. We were in nothing. The house didn't exist. There was sticky tape on the ground.
So hold up. Were there Neil puppets there when you
Neil
were
was
there?
there, dude. All the kids are real.
You were around. Did you have to go in and hug all the little puppets?
No, I was
Uh,
hugging like a fake thing.
okay. Okay.
But like the heads and stuff, all the family's heads were there, and they got big eyes, and
Did you get to see him operating the heads at all?
oh yeah.
How? Ooh. How many people does that take?
I think it was like two ahead from
Right.
memory.
Okay.
But
Probably eyes and mouth separated, maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
oh, there's nose.
Yeah.
There's a whole deal, and John Knoll was there, so it was like living in a special effects documentary.
It's like you were in a big giant version of Photoshop.
Well, that's the thing, right? At the time,
Uh huh.
I was I did this big 11, as you know, 11-foot high by 16-foot wide mural
Mm-hmm.
collage of vintage skateboarding stickers for my store in Australia, in Melbourne. And so I had a file that was 11 foot tall by 16 wide, and I couldn't export it out of Photoshop because you're not meant to have things that big at
Right.
300 DPI at high def. And so I was at this point that I like had finished the project, but I couldn't export it to a PDF so it could get printed. So it was trapped
Uh
in
huh.
my Photoshop. And then in the middle of this week, I'm on set with John Knoll. And for those that don't know, him and his brother invented Photoshop.
Yeah.
So the entire day, I was like, should I ask him how to export this file? Should I, like, will I get kicked out?
If you ask him how to, that's funny.
And also, like, he hasn't worked on the development for the past, I don't know, 25, 30 years or
Right.
whatever. But yeah, so that was my little onset experience. So I was
Okay.
like, I actually thought I was sitting on this mad spoiler, and that was that I thought it was like the last episode, and he'd gotten home from his adventure.
Oh no, it's episode one. So
Yeah.
you were probably doing stuff all out of order. Was this like second unit type
Yes.
deal? Okay. Okay. You remember in that Empire of Dreams documentary, there's the one guy during the first Star Wars, he was like, all I got to shoot was like R2D2's leg coming out or, a ramp opening, right?
And I was
Um,
honored.
yeah. Uh,
Um, and then the other thing, which I don't is this was there a crazy Star Wars reference in there for you at all?
there was, yeah, it was the holiday special,
Yeah.
the hologram that,
Are people freaking out about that?
well, so they talked about that already. They mentioned a couple weeks ago that there was a holiday special reference. So I was
Ah, did
ready.
they?
They
Did they?
did. And
Ah.
I was ready. I didn't expect it first episode, but knew what it was immediately. It's the weird hologram that Chewie's pervert uncle watches on Life Day.
Oh, I'm in Australia, so I'm drinking Dare double espresso iced
What
coffee.
is okay?
Australia's like it loves its flavored iced coffees and stuff. But I was the guy going, but not me. I just lit it.
You stood in for that guy, the clapping
Yeah.
guy.
And I was worried I was showing I knew all the maneuvers too well, and they'd go, "Hey, this guy's
He's a plant.
we've got to get him out of there."
So hold
But
up.
but when
Whoa, hold
okay,
on. So you're in a giant blue screen studio doing second unit work on a Star Wars show, and in walks the circus performers from the holiday special.
I was tripping.
Like, I don't know if I would have been able to keep my cool It would have been that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's pointing at the TV. Wild.
But they were like professional jugglers, and
Right, yeah.
so then they do it, and at the end of them doing it, like everyone would clap because it was
Nice.
so
Nice.
amazing. But yeah, so we just walked around in this big circle, which was so funny because it was like, oh, we're going to be little on
Mm-hmm.
on the little chess piece on the board, on the whole board.
I'm kudos to you for keeping your cool, buddy, because that's wild.
But yeah, so that was I sort of was watching it, and I wasn't really thinking about it, and then all of a sudden I see the hug scene, and I was like, oh, like oh yeah,
Nice.
that was because once I started watching it, I sort of forgot. You know, I was engaged. But anyways, so there's that. So that's pretty fun. To change this topic, I at the start of the show, those hooks that go into the ship,
Yes.
and they're like can open up and then they go through.
Yeah.
Oh, liked them.
That's pretty neat, right? I also like the guys that were out in space using like the zip lines to get in too. I thought that whole boarding sequence, because they've done that a few times in first episodes, right? They did the same thing in Ahsoka, but I like this one. I like that reference.
What was the Ahsoka one?
Ahsoka starts off with like Balin's skull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember now. Yeah.
But like, I don't mind it. Play the hit. That's a good hit.
The
Now that main pirate guy in the helmet.
Oh yeah.
That's Jude Law, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't even want to talk about it.
The trope of someone's not who they let it go.
That's who that is, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it
They didn't even,
talked.
and they didn't even bother to change his voice either.
The yeah, that sort of bit, I was sort of like, oh, this is so, because I knew he was going to pretend to be a Jedi later on, or whatever is going
on there, yeah.
The one bit of the boarding thing I didn't like was how the pirates just walked out to get shot like they were stormtroopers. I just don't feel like that's a pirate's mentality, that they'd selflessly, like I'm going to die, but it's for the greater pirate good. Like it's not an army. It's not a cult. It's a bunch of people that just want to, get paid. So I sort of thought that that sort of took me out of it. It was a bit Star Wars Rebels-ish, just like,
yeah.
It's not a realistic depiction of a.
What about the guy that got
gunfight.
shot in his eye and still kept going?
Yeah, what was up with that? Was that an Ishi Tib?
I think that is what that is. Something like that.
Tib. I got to turn out these lights. They're driving me insane. So you just keep talking.
Okay.
Wait, can you read the chat? Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I see. A green cow says, "Did the giant blue screen summon the ghost of Uncle George with a Diet Coke? Legend has it's the way to have him appear." That's pretty funny. And then Sean Hoffman said, "Neil Wars."
Neil Wars is pretty good.
Yeah, Neil is. I'm a Neil guy for sure. The way that Neil told the little space rat how to go get the key and then sent him off to do it, expecting it to actually happen, I was like, this guy's my dude. This is my dude right here.
Yeah, it's hard to rate it. Like having that, it was sort of like if someone told me everything that happened, I'd go, I know.
Yeah.
And not because I was there, because I had obviously no idea what was going on.
At some point, I hug an elephant boy, and then I clap in the holiday special circus scene.
Yeah. So, so I would say maybe it could have been more concise, but I think maybe is it the chicken or the egg? Is it the advertising or is it the
Yeah. Yeah. I
because
mean, well, to be honest though, that does leave me pretty excited that that means there's a decent amount of stuff we haven't seen yet. There's a lot of stuff in store, you know.
there's that. Did the premiere people get to see 3 episodes or 2?
I don't know. That's a good, I think it's just two.
Okay. Interesting. And is it the same time next week or
No, so next week it's going to be on Tuesday, same time, but not on. Buddy, is it Tuesday there right now?
that's I had to look up to my computer to tell. Yes, it is Tuesday.
Okay, so then does that mean it's going to be on Wednesday for you next week if it's one day later?
Um
Yes.
yeah, I guess.
Okay. So it'll be Tuesday here, Wednesday for you.
Yeah. Um what else? The planet appears to be in some sort of like maw or something because they'd never seen stars before, and at night it's a twirly
Well, and they
like.
said the barrier. They kept mentioning the barrier, right?
Got you, yeah.
And like
Uh,
the kids are, it's interesting because it's not something that's hidden from the kids. They know they're on some planet that does not allow starships in or out, and there's a barrier that hides it and stuff.
so they know that, but they don't know that they're secret.
Yeah, right. Or that nobody would ever have heard of them, or that it's some legendary planet with endless treasure or whatever.
Yeah, well,
Eternal treasure.
it's like they're from Atlantis.
There you go.
Hmm.
Or the island from Lost.
Um, this is a solid question.
That is, as I wondered the same thing. I was like, why now? My only theory is,
No. Can I just
yeah,
before you go, also just answer it for oh, I can't remember his name. Um, Benicio del Toro. Is it?
oh, in the Last Jedi,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, DJ.
DJ, thank you. I knew it was like his name is cool. So it's a very similar thing where
Yeah,
I maybe he was just biding, like he had this way of escape, but he didn't have the next step.
yeah, and he
And,
also,
and now it's like he's got this treasure dangling thing. So it's like,
yeah, like I think that is the deal. He hears them talking about them being from this. Nice.
sorry, but for those just listening on podcast, Rebecca, a green cow, has super chatted us a sweet $14.99, which will get me a couple more dare, but I have to actually spend it on. She says, got to get back to work. Here's some $1 for Harrison. Oh, she's typing in pirate, but I can't read it in pirate. For Harrison to get a tattoo from 8D8. Jackie's just suddenly awoken in her sleep, or scared in LA that someone on the internet's donating cash to Graph on
What do you
poor
think?
Harry's little bum.
What do you think if Harry could choose a tattoo? What do you think he'd get?
Minion.
Probably right on. Will's son, Godzilla all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows his Godzilla too. He's a lore master.
Salad Von Bacco says, I always thought DJ's excuse for not breaking out sooner was he needed a nap first.
That could be it.
And the $1 are from Bluey. We've just exited the Bluey phase. I've
Oh,
been
okay.
informed that that's for littler kids.
Oh,
But on that note, the proof in this pudding for me is what does Harry think of it? I don't know. He hasn't seen it yet.
oh, okay.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
He'll probably watch it. He'll probably watch it once he gets here. He's coming in next week. So
Oh, awesome.
We're gonna watch it then. Jackie's like, are you gonna wait for us to get there to watch it? And I'm like,
Come on. Come on. I'll rewatch it all day.
that.
Uh I think Will was gonna potentially show this one to Liam, so I'll be interested to see what he thinks as well.
Yeah, Harry's seen most of the movies. Oh, not most of them. He's seen Phantom Menace, and then the original trilogy and Force Awakens.
Okay. Yeah, Liam apparently Will's son Liam is very interested and wants to watch The Force Awakens. He keeps bugging Will about that one specifically for some reason.
Um, what does this mean? The Starlink satellites are visible, and they acted like they were going to crash into it.
He's talking about the barrier outside.
So what do the kids think the barrier is?
I don't know. I was talking to Sean about it, and I kind of feel like there's going to be, I think the main focus is going to be on the kids and Jude Law, right? But I think there is going to be a bit of a side story with the parents where we will find out more about what's going on the planet, what's really going on, like the supervisor and all that stuff. The Dharma Initiative.
Yes, it is a bit Dharma initiative for the planet. The father, you're never too old for bedtime stories. I was just like, bro.
No, especially when you got that cool book with all those Jedi drawings. That thing was neat. That's a neat prop.
See, I'd seen in one of the some clip them fake lightsaber fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, that would have been a good one to catch.
It was still pretty good with all like the entire scene. It's pretty good.
I thought all the setup stuff, even though I was like just gagging for it to get to the point past that
Knew what was going on.
I've been clipped. There was a lot of fun stuff in there, and just how she found it. She'd sort of seen them take the shortcut and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just like, what? Yeah, because it's sort of like, why did she just find it now and all that sort of stuff. What did you think about the whole concept? How everyone has a place and it's quite you get barcoded into. Is that sort of like Starship Troopers? Was that a similar sort of?
Well, that whole assessment.
Oh no, Gattaca.
Gattaca. I was like Starship Troopers. I don't think that's it. Gattaca is definitely more appropriate. That whole assessment test and what role they're going to play, like I'm really interested in how long this whole thing has been going on, like what's its purpose. There was a hatch. Where's the underwater station? Let's go. Smoke monster. Let's do it.
So yeah, I don't know. Is that sort of like the adult storyline? Because I do find that a lot. That's what I want to know about. Like the Jude Law thing, I'm kind of annoyed by the whole fake Jedi. Like I'm just sort of like there's nothing of interest. There's nothing compelling. Like it's just like,
but
he's a bad pirate captain, and now he's like.
Well, it's fairly predictable for one, right? It's got a seedy background. He's going to turn around and be full on good guy. That's how it's going to go. It'll be rough.
I think what did he say? It was episode like 5 or 7 that you find out all about him.
Yeah, he did. I can't remember the episode, but I do remember seeing an article where he mentioned that.
I feel like it's 7. It was an odd number over 4. I can tell you that much.
But that was definitely, he was really using the Force though, right?
It's not just a magnet.
Is that what you think? He uses a magnet, and then Michael Giacchino's son starts playing the Force theme and the Goonies theme at once.
Yeah,
you notice that how if they used that theme.
Oh, I heard the Force theme. I didn't get the Goonies.
Oh, they didn't actually use the Goonies. It just reminded me of it.
here's one for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a set of keys, and then this, like, I don't know if I think it's a magnet, right?
Okay.
But I feel like this little thing, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this makes it, like, if it was in reality, if it means it was the force or a magnet or not, or it has no. I don't know. You've got a set of keys, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're old and they're rusty and they're a bit, you know, like got a bit of heft about them. And then you've got the ring that keeps them together, right?
Right.
And that's lighter, more malleable, right? When the keys were floating across, the key ring at the top was leaning away from where the keys were heading. But would the key ring magnetize ahead of the rest of the keys?
I appreciate that you think I would know. Like, but buddy, that is above my pay grade. I have no
All right.
idea. I
In
think
the
it
chat.
probably
Okay, okay. In the chat, right?
Uh-huh.
You've got to say if okay. Does anyone in the chat have a magnet? Sean Hoffman, are you packing a magnet or not? Anyway,
You know that man has a magnet somewhere in the house.
so you've got a set of keys, right?
Uh-huh. Oh,
And then
I
the
have a
key ring,
magnet.
and then the key ring is hooked to two keys. It's on a desk, and then you've got a magnet. Does the keys move first, or does the keys move first because they're heavy and got more metal in them? Or does the key ring move first because it's lighter? That's what I
Now,
need to know.
it might also depend on because it's two different types of metals as
I
well,
wish
right?
I had this question when I was on set. I could have hit John Knoll up about that one.
And then you could have said, and also while I've got you, can't
Hey.
export. Just I need a quick answer.
Yeah, what do you reckon? What magnetizes first?
I don't know, buddy.
Like, I feel like if you're using the force,
Uh-huh.
I guess, like, are you using the force to lift the key ring, or are you using the force to lift the keys and the key ring is just coming along?
I would think with the force you would probably go for the more substantial part of the combination, which would be the main key.
Okay, so I'm not saying this has got any bearing on it, or like, this is like even I'm worried about myself with this level of detail, right?
Okay.
Kathleen Kennedy's gone too far. Imagine someone just logged on then.
Imagine they were like subscribed. Heck yeah.
No. So yeah, so the magnet. I don't know. I gotta get it out of my head.
We may need to go to the tape. We may need to look at other force power. Oh, you know what? Hold up now.
It's probably just a YouTube of someone doing it. Like,
Hold
just
on.
like.
Hold on, though. Hold up.
Okay.
In The Empire Strikes Back, when Luke uses the Force to move his lightsaber, does the little clippy part on the end of the lightsaber that he uses to attach it to his belt? Does that move, or is it the lightsaber that moves?
All right, wait up.
Because
all right. Luke, Saber, Hoth,
cave.
Oh my god, are you serious?
What happened? What
I
happened?
just can't. Oh wait, maybe I'll just put in Wampa.
Yeah, Wampa Cave.
It's just giving me nothing. Okay, here we go. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Echo 3 to Echo 7. Hano, buddy, do you read me?
Han, old buddy, do you read me? Here we go. That Wampa having some KFT.
Actually, come on.
Okay. Look, here's good. Look, what moves first? Clippy or lightsaber? It's the saber. It's not the. It's
Does the
100.
clip lift up though? It
It does
definitely.
move. It definitely changes position.
Ah, it does. Okay.
I thought so. Now, Sean Hoffman in chat says keys are typically not magnetic. The ring is magnetic. It depends on the type of keys. Okay, so
So, are you considering that he does have the Force?
yeah. I don't know why though.
Oh, here you go, Sean Hoffman. This is some hard logic. If you have the Force, you don't need the keys.
Well, right, if you had the force, couldn't you just use the force to manipulate the locking mechanism in the door
But the showmanship.
of the keys is pretty good.
But he doesn't seem to have any Jedi traits either. Like in all the clips, he does seem to be quite weaselly.
Yeah, and it also wouldn't be the first time we saw someone pretending to be a Jedi that wasn't
Yeah, that's why it's annoying.
in a show that Steele was in. We can't
Well, that bit's not annoying. You turned it around.
see, you didn't let me finish. Jeez.
But still, you're just trying to use my own bias against me, which is yeah, because you're using that you're.
I ain't doing nothing about nothing.
I do have to ask you a personal question though, Hawes.
Oh, what's that?
How was that McRib?
Oh, it's pretty good. Finish off a nice day of running errands, and I was pulling into the bank, and I looked across the street, and they had a giant digital banner that the McRib was back that day.
Oof.
Oh, hot off the presses.
Yeah, Jackie said because I said, "Oh, yeah, Hawes," because she texted me, and so I was showing, like, when I was talking to her on the phone, I was like, "Oh, I see, Hawes sent me," and you sent me a photo of the McRib like on your lap in the car.
Yeah.
And Jackie said, "Oh, that's a bit a bit rough, like showing you that it's like right there, ready to eat." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's not like that. It's a celebration."
Yeah. Like, I'm going in, buddy. I'm not driving this home. I'm
No,
listening to a
but
podcast and eating this in my car.
that you're making me jealous or something. And I'm like, it's not like that in the Brotherhood of the Rib.
No. Nah. Sharon.
Yeah, it's every extra McRib sold around the world only increases our cause.
Do you remember 2 years ago when they were like, it's the McRib's farewell?
I do not remember 2 years ago. I had to try work out to get those photos when I went to film, and it was like 2 years ago. It was November 2022, so it was 2 years ago. And
that you were doing stand-in work on that show.
Yeah,
wild. I guess that makes sense because it did get delayed and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shuffled around.
But the thing that made me definitely helped me enjoy your win on the Rib was at Fish and Chips that day, and
Seems pretty nice.
oof, it's good stuff.
Nice.
And Australian fish and chips, it does beat the McRib.
Oh, well, listen, I would hope so. I would hope it's of a higher quality than the McRib. I don't love the McRib because it's high quality and that it's I'm doing something good for myself.
Yeah, that's why we love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ribby goodness.
You know, when I ordered it, the lady at the drive-thru was like, "You sure you don't want two?" And I was like, "Nah, just one." And she probably heard the excitement in my voice. Can I get a McRib combo?
All right, Hawes, answer this question. Man Overboard asks, quick question: is the show good?
Yes.
I would say it's good. It's. I think from next step, it's so hard for me to rate because I'm like, if I didn't have seen all that,
It would be
I think
different.
I would have found it like really exciting. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know what was interesting is when I was talking to Sean,
Doug Holden.
I couldn't remember if the kids mentioned the planet when they were in the brig before Jude Law came out. Like I couldn't remember if they mentioned like, "Oh, nobody believes that we're from this planet." And the reason I couldn't remember is because the entire time I was distracted and going like, "Oh, this is so Jude Law is showing up any minute now. Where's Jude Law?" You know what I mean? Like knowing from seeing all the clips and stuff.
Back to the magnet question. Salad von Bacco says, also, wouldn't a magnet make them move quicker towards him? They move quite slowly and floaty.
Yeah, and now
We don't know what this
potential device is. It could be.
it could be
might
like
not be
a mini tractor beam.
you know, it could, but who knows? I don't know. Magnets, what do they do?
Oh, wow. Thank you. I haven't seen any trailers or spoilers yet. It will be awesome then.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
It'll
gonna
be
have a
very
good time.
exciting. Go
Yeah, you'll
watch
have a
it.
good time. Yeah.
Go watch it. Yeah, what else is happening, Hawes? Do you reckon is there much more to talk about? Pirate Robot Guy, whatever his name is.
Loved him.
Great. Very
Yep.
good.
And I was worried, but it turned me around real quick.
I did like when the girl shot the roof and the piece fell just behind her, and then the pirate. I've got something to talk about actually. The pirate sort of went, "Oh yeah, they don't know what they're doing."
Right.
That was giveaway. Okay. Urkel is a terrible actor.
Listen. I'm hoping he could, redemption. Star Wars is a redemption. Maybe it's
So what do you think? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if it's because the whole time I'm like, why does Urkel look like a Borg from Star Trek? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's the disconnect knowing that that's Stefan Urkel, but not great.
Like, I didn't know it was Urkel at the start, but just, I guess it's sort of like the direction as well of like when he just turned around and went,
Mm-hmm.
and it held. I was like, what is this? It was like professional wrestling editing, camera work, and the delayed cut. I don't know if you ever noticed in professional wrestling, especially in the WWE, they always hold the shot too long and everyone stands there really awkwardly. It's really bad. The shuffling with the iPhone is making a little bit of noise. Admittedly, I can school anyone on noise today because I think I'm a little bit echoey because the microphone didn't work. Yeah, and then I thought Urkel standing with the rest of the gang was just like, you gotta dial it down a bit, Urkel. Dial it down.
Maybe he's trying to meet that Wolfman energy. You know what I mean?
He's like, he should be going for Boba Fett, and he's bringing his best Jar Jar Binks. Like, it's just like, Tone it down.
I'm interested to see.
Urkel!
Well, for one,
Did you do that? Yes! Was that his catchphrase? Did I do that?
It is.
Is that the right character?
That
Okay.
sure is.
I wasn't really into that show.
Oh, I was. I watched a lot of Family Matters. Definitely.
Different strokes. That was my jam.
I've seen a lot of that too.
Good Star Wars references. He had the Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's what being a millionaire is all about. Having the Kenner Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick. Yeah, Urkel. No buys.
You have to imagine he's going to be in at least the next episode. I feel like next episode is the escape episode, right? That's kind of what.
How else? It better be.
Well, I mean, like that's probably going to be...
Episode 3. Imprisoned the whole time.
No, I mean that's going to be the episode will probably be solely dedicated to them escaping. It won't be them escaping and then doing something, like.
Hey, the pirate, the Wolf Man.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "How did they get past our sensors or something like
How
that?"
they get past the cannons?
Yeah, how did they?
Because the droid,
Of the robot.
Yeah. By the way, the ferryman that took them in the weird little bubble ship from their ship to the spaceport, was that the Teak? Was that who that was supposed to be? Was the Teak from the
I don't know.
Ewok movies? Remember they said that he was in the show.
All right, wait. Someone's on Patreon. Brian Thesis on the Patreon chat has written, I have a magnet. Can you do some magnet tests for us, Brian? Join us in the YouTube. But like, even if we solve this, it has no bearing on whether he's a Jedi or not.
I know. Now, little ferryman, was that the Teak?
Sorry.
From the Ewok movies?
I'm just going to check Nathan Hamill's Twitter, because if it was, he will be partying.
What'd you think about that?
He's not sure. He's like, was that a Teak species creature?
See?
Hashtag skeleton crew, hashtag Teak enthusiast.
Nice.
And he's had no one's answered him.
Tumbleweeds over there on Twitter.
Wait there. I'll search for Teak on Twitter. Is it trending? Okay, apparently there is a Teak.
Okay.
Did the original Teak have clothes?
I don't believe so.
Ooh, it's going to make the battle for Endor a whole lot hotter.
Why is this Teak just naked?
I'm going to take my clothes off. Gonna get a bit hot. Gonna get a bit hot. Teak goes all night. Sorry. Goodness gracious, Teak's ass is bodacious.
What did you think of the food stall?
Oh, disgusting.
I love
What
it.
a vibe check. I hate food I don't like. I did have some emotional touchstones. Definitely the thing where you're getting assigned a job, like that whole process, and just vibe check after vibe check with that sort of talk. Didn't like that at all. And then the bit where I like cooking, and I'm a pretty good cook for the food I like.
Right.
Funnily enough. And I am the main chef in the house. So when I pay for food, I expect just to love it. Like I hate ketchup. So like just say they put ketchup in the burger after I've like begged for no. It really saddens me, and it hurts my experience, because then you got to go and I'm like, I'm paying I'm paying to go up and go, oh, hey, you made it wrong. Can I please have... So when he cracked that purple goo, I was like, oh, this planet.
Loved all those alien designs, though. I thought they were so neat.
Yeah, I sort of I look forward to. I'll watch it again with Harry once he gets here, and I'm looking forward to just taking it all in a bit more because I was quite like just with. I had to go into the city for a meeting, and the person was late, and then so I was quite rushed, and then I was like trying to watch it before our set start time.
Right.
And you better believe I'm skipping preview or recap or whatever.
Oh, me too, but boop, let's keep it moving.
Oh,
let's go.
It's pretty exciting. Let's get back to Keygate. Brian Thies is now in the YouTube chat. The magnet is only attracted to the ring, not the keys. What does that mean?
Then that means he was using the Force. He wasn't using a magnet.
But what are keys made of in Star Wars?
Good point. Good point.
But
Durasteel.
Yes. Can we... See, the thing is, they're obviously made of different metals on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can we agree on that? This is very scientific. This is how science works. So you've got to rule out things. So that can we agree on that? They're made of different materials on Earth.
Yes.
I wonder what those materials are.
Some sort of alloy. It's not, I don't think, like, if you go to a key maker and get a copy of your house key, I don't think you're getting, like, an iron key, you know? It's probably some combination of cheaper metals, you know?
See, what we have to... Okay, ye olde times. That's where we need to go. Yep, ye olde. Were the rings made of the same metal as the key? I would assume yes.
I would assume no.
In ye olde times?
Oh, in ye olde times? Probably.
Dude, you've got to think ye olde. Where are they getting the different metals? They're probably just pouring it all like... they're not getting those little key ring things where you go... which can be quite annoying. But,
I hate those.
You know what? I hated them so much when I was little. And now I can do them way easier. And I'm like, I remember it being so much more like, this was
Seems
a really
like you had to
negative...
turn it around 8 times to get it on the ring.
Like, I remember being young, and when I had to put another key on, just like, oh, I guess I'll get to it. Maybe tomorrow. My fingernails aren't ready for this right now.
Right.
Okay, we've got some chatter here. Sean Hoffman. Do you know what we need to do? We need to watch a normal person's YouTube review of this and just find out what they talk about so we can talk about that. Because why are we are spending so much on this key, but how can we stop?
I don't know, buddy. I got to go to bed before too long, and I don't think we're going to unlock the alchemic explanation.
It's daytime.
It's 1 a.m. here. We're on different sides of the globe.
Turn the galaxy off, mate. It's daytime. I can literally hear birds chirping. You're wrong. The planet is flat. We're all in the same time zone. Okay, we'll just cover this. And then I've just got to Google a few key-related issues.
Okay. Okay.
Are you really behind green? Is that real?
Yeah,
or
you told me to turn off the galaxy. That's my green screen.
I thought you had like a green effect on.
No. That's my green screen. Listen, okay, I'm a stand-in sometimes too.
Can you green? Can you green it to make it go blue, and then it'll be like you're on set?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I can do this pretty quick. Okay.
Still looking pretty green to me, mate.
Well, I'm working on it.
John Knoll would not be putting up with this, let me tell you.
No, he definitely wouldn't. He'd be like, why is this man here? How did he get here?
Hey, I can't believe that. No, you guessed what the reference would be from the holiday special. They didn't say it was that.
No, they just said, hey, we have
and so when you saw it, you're like, okay, got
Yeah.
you. Because I was the whole time just like it seems like something that would get out.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I'm like, oh, still hasn't gotten out. Oh yeah, got the secret. Oh yeah. And yeah, so that's fantastic. I don't know, are people excited about that? I don't even know. I can't judge it because when I saw it, I was just like, oh my God.
No, I loved it before I even knew you were a stand-in. Like, I love that they threw that little reference in there. I haven't seen any broader reaction because, when I finished, I came down here and I talked to Sean about it. I've texted with King Tom a little bit. I don't know much as far as the overall reaction to it.
All right, Sean Hoffman says the opening scene showed the ship get stopped in its tracks like a tractor beam. My assumption was that he had some handheld contraption that allowed him to do similar beep on a small scale. See, that is interesting, and I feel like that is the case.
Okay.
Brian says, oh wait, can you make it blue and put Steele next to you? It's pretty good. Can you make it blue and put Steele next to you pretending to be Neil's dad?
If I had a Steele PNG, I definitely would.
We'll do that for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Brian says, here on Earth, most keys are made of brass, which is not magnetic. Are they brass? Steel keys, which would be magnetic, are used for keys where extra strength is needed.
And that was a chunky key. So you have to imagine that probably wasn't a brass key, right? Being that chunky.
And then Salad von Bacco says, according to Google, most keys on Earth are made of brass. In the Star Wars galaxy, most keys are made of Durasteel. Do we know that? Like, how has that come up previously in the storytelling?
It's got to be listen, Wikipedia was on it, I'm sure.
Interesting. We've got to solve this key. This is, I think this was my theory as well, but I'm with Sean that it is some sort of tractor beam device. And he was obviously there listening, like getting bait. Like, he's just like been listening to the whole time. Yeah. Sean Hoffman asking the tough questions. Hey, Google, does cast iron exist in the Star Wars universe? Is Durasteel magnetic? Why are we still talking about this?
Hold on. Durasteel. Boy. Oh, okay. Here's a Reddit post. Is Durasteel magnetic? I think not, but I just want to make sure. And then there's not a single reply. Not a single reply on this Reddit post.
But I found my soulmate.
It has 2 upvotes. Now 3.
Yes. Trending. Need to know. Alrighty, Hawes. Sorry to keep you up so late with this.
This key chatter. We're gonna.
You won't be able to sleep tonight, bro. You're gonna have key dreams.
Well, good luck getting blown up by text messages with key theories.
Wow. Your key theory tractor beams sticker coming soon.
Okay.
Hawes, will you be chatting with William this week about these 2 episodes?
Of course, on Blue Harvest.
How much time will you be allowing for key debate?
I will circle back around to it because I'm dying to wonder Will's opinion.
I would love to hear
Yeah.
Will. Will is the very reasoned, logical gentleman.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
okay, here's one last. Salad says, when I asked Google, is Durasteel in Star Wars magnetic? It says, yes, Durasteel in Star Wars is magnetic.
Okay.
If we can't trust Google, who can we trust?
Buddy, at this point, I don't know. I think
Exactly.
it requires further
Exactly.
research.
DTA, as Stone Cold Steve Austin used to say, don't trust anyone. Stunner. Sorry.
Toro
James Waterman.
Keelacan. Toro Keelacan is good.
James Waterman says, I hope Toro Keelacan shows up in this. If Toro Keelacan, that would be so good. He could show up in it.
Now, Steele, if that happens, I will be very stoked for you. But just remember, if that was just about any other character of that level that showed back up, you would not be excited.
Are you saying I'm a hypocrite?
No, I would never. I'm just saying, keep that in mind.
What? If Fennec Shan was just like on that planet, I wouldn't be upset. I don't think.
Fennec Shan's a few steps above Toro Calican in terms of...
Dude, you've got the ladder up the wrong way.
No, in the terms of impact...
It's because you're up there on the wrong side of the planet.
Man. In terms of screen time, impact, performance...
All right, listen. Bosk, Dengar walks past on that pirate planet. I'm like, pretty sick. If it goes up to his, like, it depends. Do you think he's got a speaking role? It'd be sick. Come on. Jake
you know
Carnival,
what? This is what I'll say.
Back at it.
You took it real easy on Kiadi Mundi during the Acolyte stuff. So,
I loved him. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, man. Let's get Toro in.
And do you know what I loved even more? Is it just he totally baffled people. He broke their brains.
It's
but
beautiful.
yeah, I think one thing that you can agree with Toro on is
long enough.
Listen, you're turning me around.
All right, do your plug, Hawes.
Blue Harvest and High Potion, wherever you listen to podcasts. Blue Harvest is Star Wars, High Potion is video games.
All right, James says that Kiadi Mundi showing up in this would be sweet too. Come on.
Hell
He's dead.
yeah, it would. No, that's the reveal. He's got that Urkel device on his head.
It's really Jude Law. He takes off his hood and his thing goes doing.
Mm-hmm. It's a wig. He's got his whole head stuffed under a Jude Law wig.
Excellent.
Star Wars reference.
Nice.
Just one more thing. If Toro Calican does show up in this, I've just filmed a little preview of me watching.
Okay.
When the lights begin to dim and we go somewhere we've never been before.
I thought it was going to be the clip of you saying, "This is why we do it."
This is why we do it.
Come right on. Mm-hmm. All right, Hawes. Sorry, everyone. We just went around the traps. Looking forward to Blue Harvest this week. Thank you, Hawes. Sorry for keeping you up. Sorry that the sound isn't that good, but I'm traveling, so the microphone's like this. Hey to everyone in the chat. Howdy, everyone on podcast. Hope everyone enjoyed it, and I look forward to showing Harrison. Because I've got to tell you, if Harry is into it, I like my bias will turn everything like it could be the best thing ever.
Nice. Awesome.
May that force be with you.
See you guys.
Listen, mate, I hope Kiedi Mundi does appear and then Toro appears and shoots him in the back of his big bulbous head. All right?
Oh, snap. My bad. Dang.